Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop. Going through my inventory, I'm trying to find some stuff to make cabochons this year. I think I found a nice handful of stones that are definitely cab worthy. And I thought I'd show them and just go through these real quick. Let's start with this one. So, trying to get it wet. This is a heel off of a stone. It's different thicknesses. Thinner over here, thicker over here. But you can see the plumes in it. Now it's a heel, so it's flat on the other side. And I drew a design on it. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to work out. I drew this a long time ago. Love to get a cab out of that if this was an actual slab. But this is pretty thin right here. I'll have to measure it. It might work out, probably not. Might have to move the top of the design down a bit. Don't want to lose any of those plumes, but you also want to set yourself up for success. But yeah, that'll make a gorgeous cabochon, a big one. But yeah, I think I might have to move it down about that much. Alright, next up, I drew a design on this one a long time ago as well. Oh, hang on a second. So I'm not sure where this came from. This kind of looks like a Arizona Bloody Basin plume, but I'm not 100% sure. And again, this next one, I'm not sure where this one came from either. Some of these might be too big to dip in this water. But again, another, I don't know if this is a kind of a moss area on top with some plumes in it. Might be translucent a little bit, but it's fairly thick. Not sure I'll keep that design that I drew on that. Might draw 2 or 3 smaller designs on this one. But yeah, I definitely want to cab this one. Look at the detail on those plumes. That's really cool. It's like little ferns. Got some pitted areas you gotta look out for. Alright, yeah, cool. A lot of these are gonna have designs drawn on them. Yeah. Another stone, I'm not sure where this one came from. A lot of these I get out of collections and nobody remembers where they came from. But it's kind of a brown saginite. Kind of looks like the stuff that comes out of West Texas. Really cool looking though. Again, I don't know, I'll keep these designs. This one kind of goes into a pitted area. It's more porous on the side. Might make some smaller designs on these. Well, that one's pretty cool. All right. Looks like somebody drew on this one at some point. These aren't my marks. Looks like they were going to get a little oval out of that. So this one kind of looks like a Mexican saginite. Although I guess it could be Indonesian. I don't know. But it's got some plumes or moss stuff in it up here as well. But I was thinking this would make a nice cab. And maybe keeping some of the host. I bet that'll polish up nice. It looks like a rhyolite. But yeah, definitely get something down here and something up here. Actually, after looking at this, I don't know if I would call that a saginite. It looks more like a plume. Definitely plume. Saginite's more of like a needle. Needle-like inclusion. And this is translucent at the top and right here in the middle. Yeah, I'm guessing this is Indonesian. Cool. This next one is definitely an Indonesian plume. I bought a handful off of somebody a long time ago at one of the shows. They've just kind of been sitting. Some of these were kind of pitted. This one's fairly solid though. It's got some banded agate pockets in it. Kind of a reddish, orangish, yellowish color plume. They're not well formed plumes, but they're neat. And I bet this would make some really cool cabs. Thick cabs is the thick slab. But yeah, definitely want to do something with at least one of these. I got more of them. Again, this one looks like a Mexican Cathedral. Now you could buy this for $8 today. This one's been in my collection for a while. But nice banding and kind of moss-like inclusions in this one. Okay. Yeah, I bought this one a long time ago, and I did pay like $30 for this. And then I never did anything with it. But flips around. What I liked about it was these dendrites that were kind of growing just above the quartz. That's just above the tube agate, which is just above this moss. What I was hoping to get, because there are some fractures in this, is some cabs that went from this to this to this. Incorporated all of that in a stone. But I'm guessing I could get quite a few cabs out of this. At least half a dozen. Get it wet. See, kind of beautiful color, nice contrast between this stuff and then these plumes or dendrites that are growing in the top are really neat. Alright, some designs drawn on this. Oh, I'm gonna have to look up what this stuff is. I know what it is, I just can't think of the name. But it's a tube agate. But I'm probably gonna ignore these old designs, although that one's pretty cool. But this is really common for the material from that area. It's translucent. Very nice. Kind of got to work either with or around the voids that are in this material. But that'll make some nice caps. Alright, this is a definite slab of Arizona Bloody Basin. This came from a mine. Oh, near the Sheep's Crossing or near Seven Springs. Near the Verde River. But yeah, you get those red and orange and yellow plumes in here. These are pretty nice. Again, I've got a few slabs of this material. I really like it. Some better than others. This is a pretty good piece. I'd say medium grade. This stuff usually has a lot of pitting in it. This one looks pretty good though. But look at the detail. Those plumes. Yeah, I've made a lot of cabs out of this stuff over the years. They are really nice looking. So I definitely want to get some more done this year. Alright. This is a, I don't know what they call it. I think leopard agate. But it's from Brazil. It's a plume agate. Usually got the black and yellow colors in it. Again, this stuff usually has a lot of voids. You gotta work around. This is a pretty solid piece. I got a little more of this somewhere too, I believe. But this is a pretty good piece. But I haven't cabbed any of this in a while. I'm gonna make a few cabs out of that this year. Okay, this is from an old collection. I'm gonna guess this is Cathedral from out of Mexico. You can tell somebody drew a line where a fracture was, both sides. You can see the druzy in between. Let's get this guy wet. But yeah, look at the colors. Purple, very translucent in the agate. Around that kind of brownish, orangish with some yellow, maybe some red, like moss inclusions. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna cut this one up for cabs. I might actually save this for a nice polished specimen. That's really cool and very translucent. But look at the purple colors in this one. That's nice. Haven't seen a piece like this in a long time. for sale. Alright, this is like from one of those Mexican coconut geode things. This one's obviously not a geode. Came out all saginite. And it's a miscut. It's thinner on this end than it is this end. It's a lot thicker here. But this has been sitting in my collection for a while, and I don't know. I think this is just make a lot nicer cabs than it would a display piece. But I'll either polish it as a display piece or I'll cut it up into cabs. Really nice saginite though, and it's got some dendrites in there as well. But yeah, if I'd cab that, that'll make some cool cabs, especially this side, the thinner side. But I'll do something with it. Alright. The next two slabs, probably off the same stone. And it's going to be hard to show. It's got these saginite sprays all along the bottom in kind of a brown color. Above this, kind of a mossy agate. And on top you got an orange agate with more saginite sprays in it. It is a bit pitted down here. So this might need to be stabilized before I actually do anything with it. With like Opticon and a vacuum. But really nice color in there. If I could incorporate a cab that has this, these, and this, that would be really nice. Very cool. And like I said, I think this is another slab off of the same stone, just a little bit bigger. Alright, this, if you look at it with the light, it's a piece of quartz with, I don't know if those are tourmaline crystals or what, but it's all throughout this. Get it wet. But that'll make a really neat bunch of cabs. It is fairly thin. So maybe smaller cabs, or just real flat, low dome. This has got a fracture or two in it. You can work around that. But yeah, I can get quite a few cabs out of this piece. Just different looking. And last but not least, this is off of a huge agate nodule. This might be from Idaho or something. But what's cool about this one, it's got that tortoiseshell effect in it, and the translucent agate, and it's got all these tubes, dark colored tubes, running through the edges, kind of into the middle. But I wanted to get some cabs with some of these tubes in it, and the clear agate. Hopefully it keeps that tortoiseshell effect. This is fairly thick slabs, so I could probably make some bigger cabs. But yeah. So there you have it. Some more slabs to make some cabs this year out of. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. All right.